transition into tech? Or if you're in tech, what are you enjoying already? So I would start. My name is Olaraji. My location, I'm based in Manchester, Rochdale, Manchester. I am already working in tech. What do I like about working in tech for me? I would say the flexibility, the work-life balance, and yes, the pay. So those are my own motivators. So anyone else, tell us your name, your location, what you do at the moment, and then why you're transitioning into tech. Oh, what I do at the moment, I'm a tech consultant, and I also run two companies called NabelTech and Female Bloom. NabelTech is a tech consultancy company, and then Female Bloom is a charity dedicated to women empowerment. So you all should be able to unmute yourself when you want to talk. So if you'd like to introduce yourself, please raise your hand and then we can pass it on to one another. Anybody? Thanks, Rachel. Go for it.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name's Rachel. Currently, I am a prison officer. I have four children. The reason why I want to transition into tech is, I have a little bit of experience for manual testing, but the main reason is I want that flexibility, that work-life balance, being able to spend time with my kids, but also gain financial freedom in the long run and just, progress better as a person. That's me.
Oh, lovely to meet you, Rachel. And I think I heard the fact that I'm a mom of two as well. So being a mom, having a career, I don't know how we do it, but well done, Rachel. Well done. For those of us that are definitely looking to transition into tech, I think one of the benefits of being in tech is that flexibility and that work-life balance and the opportunity for you to work wherever you want to, if you get what I mean. So those are the things we'll still dive into later on the call. But yeah, lovely to meet you, Rachel. Felicia, over to you. And then we go to Malara next.
Hi, so I'm Felicia. I'm from Coventry, and I'm currently a teacher of maths and business. And similar to Rachel, I'm just looking to transition into tech. I want to get more of a work-life balance, and I think I just want to just like push myself in terms of career to what I can actually achieve. I feel like I'm a bit blocked or stagnated currently, and I know I can achieve more, and also for the financial freedom as well.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you so much, Felicia. Maths and business. Ooh, you've got some brains there. We would definitely need you on the bootcamp there. Come on. Bring out the SAS, bring out your mathematical knowledge. So. We need that.
Yeah,
lovely to meet you. Oh, well done, well done. Happy to have you here. Thank you. I think someone raised their hands earlier and they dropped it. Please, if you'd like to introduce yourself, feel free to tell us your name, your location, what you do currently, and why tech anyway. What made you consider tech? Do you have anybody else?
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Omolara. Carry on, please.
I'm Omolara Agbola. I'm from Surrey. Presently, I'm a support worker. I'm here just to learn. I feel back home, I used to be a pharmacy assistant with my husband, is a pharmacist. So we work together back home in Nigeria. So getting here, working as a support worker, I feel I'm not doing as much for myself. I think there's more I can do in out there for people. So I think being in tech, I think there's an aspect in health too where I can be a tech guru, as it were. So I also want to be, I'm a mom of two, so a work-life balance. So as to be able to raise my children properly. So that's why I'm here. Thank you.
Thank you, Malara. Happy to have you here. I can relate 100%. I think for me, one of the things that made me explore tech before I transitioned into tech, I was also an healthcare assistant. And for me, it was like, this can't be everything, right? And just like Felicia said, you feel like there's this breather or this space that you're there already, but you need to break through and do something more for yourself. So I can relate 100%. I'm happy you're here. over the course of the call, if you have any question, please feel free to ask, pick my brain, and then happy to support as well. Thank you. All right. Omoyemi, go for it.
Yes, hi. My name is Ibuko. My name is my surname, yeah.
Hello, Ibuku.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm here. I'm based in Kent, Gravesend. I currently work as an office manager, pretty much admin based. And yeah, I've had a few other careers over the years, but yeah, I'm looking to transition into tech, mostly because I'm looking towards career advancement and of course work-life balance and being able to have a remote or hybrid role. And yeah, being a mom of one for now and hoping to have another, it's a bit of a stretch juggling going to work every day and having my son at preschool. Yeah, so, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm hoping to get something and then good pay, of course. Yeah. Thank you.
That's a good motivator. Lovely to meet you, Ibuku. I know one of our students that got a job, he came online and he was talking about his experience on the boot camp. And then he said, if your motivator is wanting more money, then you are not wrong. If your motivator is, I want work-life balance, that's really invalid. If your motivator is, I just want to be able to do something that I love or be in a career field that I thrive in, I'm able to grow, that's also a good motivator. So yeah, I think everyone's point has been really, really valid. I'm looking forward to supporting you on that journey. And yeah, I can think over the course of the call, I'll tell you more about my own experience in tech, and then we can go further. Any other person before we move on? Cool. All right, then let's get started. Oh, we have Catherine. Hi, Catherine. Go for it.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Thanks
Good
for this
evening.
opportunity. Yeah, my name is Catherine from Nigeria, Lagos precisely. My intention of crossing to tech, actually, I graduated as a microbiologist, but I always have the sense of I'm not just being fulfilled being there. So someone just advised me, why not shift into tech? Just try it, let's see, you feel fulfilled. So I just want to start my learning. So let's see what I can come out of it. Yet to have children, but very soon I will. Thank you very much.
Well done, Catherine. Well done. Thanks for joining. And the person that definitely told you to explore tech, I think they've really done you a great service. But let's see, like you said, it's still a new field. Let's see if at the end of the call you feel like, yeah, I want to do this. Oh no, I'm not here. I'm not doing it. So let's see. But excited to have you here. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to start with some facts or some statistics. So if you're in the UK, based on the research that was carried out, I think recently, and this data or statistics is from this year, 36% of UK employees are unhappy in their roles. That means 36% of people are actually doing things that they don't like, and they do not have that, they're not getting that fulfillment from their jobs. And the other shocking fact for me was that in the UK market, so UK tech market, we have approximately 3% of the tech workforce is made up of Black people. So let's digest that fact. 3%. So that means 97% is people of different ethnicity and backgrounds. Only 3% is made up of Black people. And out of that 3%, 0.7 represents Black women. And sometimes and this is me being a consultant, I would go into some companies and I would see myself as the only Black person in the whole program of like maybe 250 people or 200 people, or I would even see myself as the only woman and the only Black woman on the team. So I can relate very well to this. And then let's just put some myths about people that work in tech as well. Some people will tell you, for you to work in tech, you need to know how to code. If you don't know how to code, you can't work in tech. Or you need to be very, very good in mathematics, like Felicia, right? You need to know math. That is not true. So just like we said earlier, when we talk about tech roles, there are different variational aspects to it. There are technical roles in tech and there are non-technical roles in tech. And I'm going to be talking about that in the next couple of slides. So there are roles in tech that you can do without having a technical background, a computer science degree, or even without writing or solving mathematical equations. Also, the second myth is tech is only for young people or the Gen Zs or the millennials. I'm in my 40s, I can do it. Or I'm in my 30s, can I even change my career? The answer is yes, yes, yes. Tech is not just for young people. I would always say this on one of my contracts, my developer, the oldest developer I've been opportune to work with, was 69 years old and he codes with Excel. I have never seen, I saw that with him for the first time in my life, coding with Excel. So even before we started all these coding languages, they were coding with Excel. So age is not a barrier in tech, no matter your age, no matter your background, all your diverse experiences, everything is really, really welcome and appreciated in tech. In fact, we love it because we feel like you bring breath of fresh air and new perspective to what we do. And then the third myth is tech jobs are stressful and you need to work long hours. Not quite. Okay. So while some tech roles could be demanding, a lot of tech organizations prioritize work-life balance. And that is why you will see them telling you you can work hybrid, you can work fully remote, and people have flexible schedules. My BA on my team only works 4 days a week. They do compressed hours. So the person works Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. They don't work Friday, and then some people don't work Mondays. So you can have compressed hours. You can have a different start time. For me, when I was fully working, I would go into the office, tell them when it's 2 o'clock, I'm going back home to pick my kids, and it's never going to be a problem. So there's that flexibility around your life, around your family, and then you're able to collaborate with other people and get value. But before we go on, I want to say a very big thank you. Thank you for being here. For me, it's not just about the numbers or the money. For me, it's about value add. It's about making sure that the right people get the right information, and that empowers you to be able to make the right decisions for yourself. So on behalf of myself and everyone on the NabelTech team, I want to say thank you for being here today. And hopefully this session will be a good one. Then a bit of house rules. If you have any question, please feel free to raise your hands. Feel free to stop me if I'm going too fast, because there will be some point where I'm going to be explaining some terms and some informations. If you think Coach D is too fast, please tell me to stop. Cameras and microphones should be off. We usually do this to avoid distractions because we've had instances where some people would be talking on the background and then we're having the class on. Over the course of the call, you're going to be seeing some messages in the chat, and that is just for you to be able to fill a form if you've not registered for our programs yet, but just to make sure that we are able to support you or sign up for any of our programs. Please take note if you want to take note. The recordings would also be shared after the class, so even if you want to watch it, you can go back and watch it later. And then most importantly, we are going to have fun. All right. So let's go on into the agenda. It's pretty much straightforward. We're going to do some bit of introduction. We'll talk about NabelTech. I think we've done that already with introduction. We'll talk about how to transition into tech. We'll talk about some technical roles and non-technical roles in tech for you to explore. Because I've spoken to some people and they'll be like, okay, Lola, which one do you think I should do? Well, I feel instead of me telling you which one you want to do, let me give you the information so you can make your decision from a place of knowledge. Also, we're going to talk about the benefits of working in tech. So if you're sitting on the fence to say, I'm still considering if I want to do this or not, let's talk about some of the benefits of working into tech, the skill set that you need to get started, and then we're going to talk about some tech roles. Even though we are at the slide in front, you can see project management and Scrum. I'm going to talk a bit about business analysis. I'm going to talk a bit about product management, and that's because some people on this call that may be exploring those opportunities as well. And then we'll talk about enrollment and we will take questions. So let's start with this young lady going on and on in front of you. My name is Laraji. I'm a mom of 2 and I'm a wife as well. I'm a career and a business consultant. And for me, I'm really passionate about people becoming financially independent through having successful careers for themselves. Background, I did not have any background in tech whatsoever, none. I did educational management and economics in Nigeria from Leeds City University. And when I got into the UK, like everybody else, now they'll be like, healthcare is a thing, no, it's nursing, no, it's nursing, no. Early on then, so I went straight into healthcare with the plan of doing my nursing degree and advancing in that path. But yeah, I got to know about tech while I was still an healthcare assistant. And just like you, or I was like, let me explore, let me just join the call, let me see what they want to tell us. And that was how I was able to sign up for a program then in project management, and was successful. Went on to be a Scrum Master, and I have been working as a Scrum Master ever since then. Over the years also, I've been certified in this industry, and I've also been a consultant. So consultants mean I just go into organizations to help them around digital transformation, delivering of programs and projects successfully. And some of the companies I've consulted for will be Accenture, GCHQ, like we call them, Greater Manchester Combined Authority, the UK Home Office, Sky, BT, LNG, Aldermore, and the remaining ones. And for me, I believe me going into these organizations, I've been able to gather the wealth of knowledge, experience that I can then transfer into my own training programs. And that is why our students have been successful, because we're not going to teach you what's not relevant, or we're not going to teach you what's abstract. We're going to teach you what you need to know and how to make sure that you are successful in that field that you're going for. So all the lessons I've learned on this contract or at these organizations, all the projects I've been on, the idea is to pour all that knowledge into you and make sure that you're successful in your field. And in case you're thinking, what gives you the right to come and teach me anyway? How am I so sure that you know what you're going to teach me? So some of my certifications include, I'm a certified Scrum Master, certified Product Owner, also Scrum Trainer, Cloud Practitioner as well, because for me being a consultant, I need to know more about AWS, Cloud, and the rest of things. I'm also a release train engineer, project management certified professional, and an agile coach and agile team facilitator. I can't put all of that in the field, but in case you're wondering, does she know what she's doing? I think to a very, very high level, I think I do. But I'm excited and I really want to walk this journey with you. And the main reason why I started NabelTech, I'll tell you, it's more like a story, right? And guys, this call is just more of us getting to know ourselves and gisting. And if you feel at any time you want to ask me questions, please do. I'm not going to come here and say, oh, you must buy course, you must sell course. I really feel like we need to connect on a deeper level. That way, I'm pretty sure that you're going to get value at the end of the day. So when I wanted to transition into tech, along the way for me, it took me 2 years and it took me 32 interviews. And that was because I did not have the right support. I did not get the right training. I stumbled my way across it. There was a day I did 3 interviews. And the last interview was a business analyst interview. And the interviewer looked at me and said, Lola, don't do this again. Just go and rest. Because I told them, oh, I've been on 3 interviews today. They're like, nah, that's too much. Go and rest. But even with the disappointments, from NabelTech, we say, oh, the breakfast. With the disappointment, I just kept on being persistent. And then when I got a job and I started doing work for myself, I said, okay, I'm going to start a company that enables people to successfully transition into tech with less hassle. So if I've gone to do all the struggle and all the suffering, then I don't see the reason why you need to go through that. So the reason for starting NabelTech is to empower individuals to transition into tech by providing you with the right training, with the right support for you to transition into non-technical roles in tech, like project management, agile delivery manager role, business analyst role, product management role. And we do this by giving you the practical skill set that you need, giving you the support, creating that pathway for you to thrive in any of these fields that you decide to step in. And then make sure that even when you get the job, you're able to do well and sustain it and even go for much more opportunities in the future. And for those of us that said, oh, I'm considering working in tech, I want to do this because I want more money, I want more pay, I want to do this for myself, I want to do this for myself. Let's talk about why tech now is the best place for you to be. And I want to ask, I'm going to pause here and ask us some questions. What are the negative things you heard about working in tech recently? So feel free to go off mute as well if you want to chat or raise your hands. What are some of the things that people have said about working in tech that you feel like, this thing is discouraging? Can I do this? Anyone? Have you heard anything at all about working in tech?
It's a congested market. So like there's not many jobs out there as what people make out there is.
Job security. Okay, that's fine. Felicia said there's not as much jobs out there. That's fine. Layoffs as well. That's also true. Okay, job security, perfect. All right, all these things have been there for years and will still remain there. Okay, I remember when I wanted to start my career in tech, I told someone that, oh, I want to transition into tech. It was like an elder brother. The guy looked at me like he said, better don't waste your time. I'm going to take your nursing training. Like, what are you doing? You're wasting your time. And when I did not get a job immediately, they said, see, I told you you're wasting your time. Go back to school and read. And I'm like, okay. However, all these reasons and more could be reasons why you get discouraged from following this path. And are they genuine? Yes. I'm not going to be a training company that will tell you it's a lie. This is this. No, it does. There's no career path that there are no risks. There's no career path that is insecure. There's no career path that you will join and you won't have challenges sometimes. But one of the things I'm going to say is know your own journey. Be consistent on your own journey and know your why. Okay. In as much as we say, oh, for example, tech layoffs now, I still know companies that are recruiting back to back. I still know, even outside of the UK, I was telling, I think it was some of my students I was talking to today. Someone called me for a contract in Saudi for, I think it was an 8-month contract starting to extend to 3 years, and they will pay per day. And I've worked with companies that are even outside of the UK. So even if the UK market is finicky, there are jobs outside of the UK. That's one. Also, job security, there's no, even if you are, people even lose their businesses. Talk less of you working for someone and then you're expecting security. My own would always be, what I tell my students would be, have skill security. So no matter where you are, if an organization says, oh, I'm sorry, you're going tomorrow, you might have 2 or 3 other opportunities lined up for you. And the mantra I'll tell my students is you never stop applying. If you know you are with NabelTech, you should not stop. Even if you have a job and you're working, I tell my students, don't, especially those that mentor one-to-one, you don't stop applying. You don't stop interviewing. That way you always remain relevant. But in all sincerity, the benefits of working in tech would be, one, you have positive growth and a positive impact. I personally have seen myself grow in leaps and bounds over the years of working in tech. If you tell me that I'll be the one teaching classes now, I'll be like, nah, you lying. I can't do that. But I've seen myself grow personally. I've developed very, very valuable skills, problem solving, collaborations. I think I was telling someone the first day I got my I went to work for Home Office. When I got there and they were like, oh, so this is Lola, she's going to be helping us solve some quote challenges. And I was telling myself, hey, you, okay, are you sure? And I would just laugh. I say, oh, so me, I could actually get here. So one of the things I want to tell you is tech roles allows you to make meaningful contributions to innovative projects. The project I was on the Home Office now has been rolled out. It's called ETA, Electronic Travel Authorization. I know a lot of people are now using it. Your e-visas, quote and unquote. But then we can't talk about it. But now I can see the progress the project has made. We've seen that it is fully functional now. I'm very, very happy when I see it. The one I was on with Sky was building the Sky Glass TV. How many people have seen that Sky Glass TV? Anytime I walk past that TV or I see people using it, I'm excited because I could see my work and I could see people using it, and I'm very, very happy. So you're able to grow personally, you're able to also make positive impact. Also, in as much as they tell you there's tech layoffs, there's this, there's that, there's still a lot of tech jobs outside. I don't think there's ever a day, even in this UK market, that they would not post jobs, especially in tech. So tech is still one of the rapid growing industries in the world. And there would always be demands for project managers, business analysts, agile delivery managers. They would always start companies would say, they can't say they're not starting projects now, they're not building initiatives, they're not building products. So there would always be demand for people. And the good part is, which is going to lead to my next one, is financial growth opportunities. Tech pays well. We're going to look at some salaries later on. But tech gives you a very, very good salary compared to other industries and roles. I think the lowest our student has earned at NabelTech, based on the statistics and the data that I know, the lowest has been £45,000. That is the lowest. And the highest, which I'm excited to share, as at last 2 weeks, was one of our students that got a £98,000 job. 98. So come on, tell me, guess what? That woman that got a £98,000 is a mom of 3, and she was a teacher. There's right now in the UK, I don't think anyone can say, if it's not a tech job, anyone can say, okay, come, we're going to pay you 98K. So even right now, she's earning more than the head of our school where she was teaching before. And she started her role on Monday, which is exciting. So there's much more financial opportunities, and this helps people that change careers see increase in their finances. For me, I saw that before I transitioned into tech. I was working at and I was working in NHS professionals, and I think then I was on maybe 16 or 13,000 pounds. I can't remember. I think between 16 and 13K. And my first ever role in tech, I started at 65,000 base. That means plus benefit and everything, it was almost 72K. And that was the least as I've ever earned in tech. So there are a lot of financial opportunities. And if you're able to scale or start the career in tech successfully, obviously you will benefit from that. Also, there's work-life balance, flexibility. You can work from the comfort of your home. You can decide when you want to go into the office. And then you're able to manage your schedule and your timing as well. And especially for most of these roles that you hear in, you'll be the one booking the meetings and managing your schedule, which is really good. So you can tailor it around your own way of working. And that is why NabelTech is here. So we provide you with that practical experience, the mentorship, the support to make sure that all this is accessible to you. And then we reduce that learning curve for you and make you job market ready. And then let's go to the next, which I feel a lot of people want to know. And a lot of people have asked me, how do I do this anyway? Before we even start teaching the what, let's start with how. This step-by-step breakdown is what I did personally, and is what all my students have used. So let's start. And the good part is you have number 1 checked out. So if we look at the first one here, you have it checked out already, which is look within an industry that's located or that is related to your hobby or what you like to do. Right now, you've already explored, okay, tech is what I want to do. I know some of you are already thinking, I want to do project management, I want to do agile delivery management, business analysis. So that means we have this one checked out. However, the most important thing that we're going to talk about next is this mindset shift. I'm going to keep quiet and let that sink in. Mindset shift. A lot of people will be like, I want to transition into tech. But deep down in your mind is telling you, and they play. Oh, yeah, good now. Can you do it with your kids, with your time, with your schedule, with this, with that? Or someone told me, Lola, I can't even remember the last time I read book. I've left university 20 years ago. So you need to have a mindset shift that you can do this. It's not rocket science. This is someone from the other side telling you what it's like. It's not rocket science. It's something that you can do. However, you need to put in the work, the effort, and the time. I'm not going to sugarcoat you and say because I want to sell training to you, I will tell you, don't worry, it will fall on your lap. It doesn't fall on your lap. You need to put in the work. You need to put in the time. However, you need to also believe in yourself that you can do this, and also that you will do it successfully. So once you have that mindset shift, you just throw imposter syndrome away. Make sure that you don't let that stop you from moving forward. Once you've now decided, okay, I'm going to do this, then we start with your transferable skills. What are the skill set that you have that you can bring into tech that can help you successfully transition into tech? We're going to talk about that in my next slide. So identify your transferable skill set that you can bring into tech. Then the next thing is for you to attend a bootcamp or do a training. So instead of you spending maybe 1 year or 18 months in school learning project management, join a bootcamp. 3 months, 4 months, 2 months, do a crash course training. And this will give you the hands-on experience, give you the support, bring you up to speed and cover the knowledge gap, right? And that is where NabelTech comes in, with our trainings, with our support, with our mentorship, making sure that you are set up for success in that industry. Then make sure that you get relevant work experience. Don't just go for a training or pay without making sure that you are going to get a work experience. See, it is one thing for you to read, do the certification and pass. It's another thing for you to be able to defend what you know at an interview. This is someone that interviews people. When you come and we ask you some questions and you can't answer it the way we expect you to answer it, that is when they will tell you that, oh, you gave maybe textbook answer, or the answer was not robust enough, or they tell you, oh, we found someone else. That's because you've not been able to buttress what you've learned. So get the work experience. It could be from the bootcamp. So our bootcamp comes with work experience. Also, after that, you can decide to volunteer. There's a lot of companies or sites that you can volunteer on just to get the relevant work experience. Then you need to get certified. Some people will be like, oh, it's not important, it's not necessary. It is. It is. Even if it is minimum, I'll tell my students, minimum have one certification on your CV. And that's because I've seen a lot of people get sifted out of job opportunities because they don't have the right certifications on their CV. So get certified. As a project manager, there's certifications you can take. As a scrum master, as a product manager, as a business analyst, there's loads of certifications that you can take. There are free ones and there are paid ones. In fact, that was what we talked about on the bootcamp today. That I told them, these are the free ones you can take. These are the paid ones that you can pay for. Then you need to find a mentor. A mentor is someone that's seen what you want to see, that walked those shoes, and then they can help you from making the same mistake they made, or just make your journey much more smoother. For me, I struggled because I did not get a mentor early on in my career. But the good part was I got a mentor just when I got my first role. And guys, the impact that my mentor had on my career is this. So much. I remember the first day my mentor was telling me, oh, I earned 1,800 per day. And I said, one hit per day, yeah. Then I was still on how much. I said, let me just earn 500. I'm okay. He laughed. He said, nah, don't worry, you earn more. Just go on. And it was as if he planted a seed in my head. Hey, I can earn more. And funny enough, yes, I did. At the point, I earned £1,300 per day. So a mentor basically makes you see what you can see or what you can't see, and then help make your journey smoother. And then most importantly, network. Talk to people that are already doing what you want to do. Connect with them on LinkedIn. Look for people within your network or your support system. Talk to other people. Ask about their experience in the field. And however, when you're networking, make sure that you're networking upwards. Network with people that can help move you along in your career as well. I'm going to pause here and take questions. Any questions on what we've covered so far before we carry on? Please, if you want to ask a question, you can raise your hand, or should I carry on? Are we good to carry on? Okay, I will take the silence as a yes. All right, let's move on then to the skill set. So I'm going to ask you questions now. What are some of the skill set that you think is important to work in tech? Over to you guys. What are some of the skill set that you think? Based on what you've heard about tech or what you think you know about tech, what are some of these skill sets that you feel you need to have? Or we don't need skills at all, guys. Communication skills. Thanks, Beatrice. If you want to talk, you can go off mute as well. If you want to put it in the chat, please feel free to. Communication skills, yes. And that's, in fact, that's the first thing on my list. We say communication skills in the sense that there's never a day in tech that you work in isolation. You're always going to be talking to people, hearing back from people, collaborating with other people as well. Problem solving is also part of it. You also being a servant leader, you're able to serve people and lead them. You know, as much as it is very nice telling people what to do, we try not to do that in tech. So we work together collaboratively. Also, you need to have attention to details. That aspect is key so that you don't miss important things that is being discussed, that is being shared. creativity, bring your creative side to work. We want to see some amazing opportunities and innovative ideas of how you solve problems. So creative thinking. Thank you, Catherine. Also, analytical skills is important. How to plan effectively. Project managers, agile delivery managers, product managers, all those is very, very important. And then lastly, people management and time management. Yes. Problem solving skills, time management, people management. And in fact, I was talking to my senior that I said, see, at the end of the day, if you think about everything that I do in tech right now, it doesn't seem as hard. The hardest part is managing people. So people management is also very important. How to manage your time is important. Thanks, Beatrice and Catherine, and how to solve problems. So these are the skill sets that you need to get your career started in tech. However, when you think of all these big organizations, all these amazing tech companies, the key thing I want you to remember is all of them consist of tech roles and non-tech roles. In as much as you see us rolling out new products, maybe Apple is rolling out a new product, or BT or L&G or all those big companies. For us to do that successfully, there's always a combination of people that have technical knowledge and people that do not have technical knowledge. And then we're going to explore some of these roles side by side. So for some technical roles now, so when you hear technical roles, it means roles that you need to have a strong IT background in, or you need to have a computer science degree or a coding knowledge of. And for some of these roles, we have your software developer roles, your data architect roles, data scientist roles, information security analyst, computer system analyst, data engineer, and so on and so forth. And some non-technical roles in tech will be your project manager role, right? You don't need to have a technical background to do any of that. Your product manager role, scrum master / agile delivery manager roles, your business analyst roles, product design roles, digital marketing roles. All those roles are roles that even with your current background, you should be able to successfully transition into tech for them. And then the most important part, which a lot of people are excited about, is the salary. So let's look at some of the pays. At the Scrum Master role, we are looking at between £45,000 to £80,000. And then for business analyst roles, it usually starts around £35,000 to 60K. But recently, we are seeing a very, very good increase in the salaries of business analysts, especially when you've done quite a number of certifications and you've worked on some key projects, your salary should jump well. Project managers usually earn between 45K to 75K. Software testers is between, and this is for manual software testers, is between 25K to 45K. Product managers now is 45 to 75, and UI UX designer is between 35 to 60,000 pounds. So I'm going to ask you all this question. You can put it in the chat. You can answer me. For your role in tech now, for the role that you're eyeing, that you want to transition into tech, what is the salary vision that you have in your mind, or what salary are you kind of targeting, if I may ask? Salary expectations for some of these roles, or the role that you know you want to transition into. How much will be the best salary gauge for you right now? That if they give you this money, that's your sweet spot, you are good. Beatrice said 65 to 70K. I like you, Beatrice. Sweet spot. Omalara said 120K. Omalara, I like you. We go big or we go home. 120,000 pounds. That's a good one as well. Anybody else? Or you don't have salary expectation? Any first money they give you, you take it. Anyone? Let's see. Let's know your salary expectations. Chidima, Dami, Felicia, Lester, what are your salary expectations? Dayomi, tell us, what are you expecting? Rachel. Catherine said 200K. Catherine, temper justice with mercy. Temper justice
50K upward for a start.
50K upwards. Okay, that's not bad. Omoyemi said 47 to 50K. That's a good one as well. Dayomi said 65K. Well done. Rachel said 65.
Yeah, I think 60, 65.
60, 65. That's good. Well done, Felicia. Fadekemi, what about you? Anybody else? Lester, any other one? Chidima, how much are we looking at? So that when those jobs come, you won't be like, well, if they offer me 45, that's it. Or if they offer me 30, I'm okay. Let's know your salary expectations so we can tell you if you are a bit on the steep side. But right now in tech, I can't even see anybody's on the steep side because we know people that are earning 6 figures, 7 figures in tech. So I don't think you're on the steep side. As long as you're able to dream it, you can have it. And just before I go on, I have a book, that very, very small ebook that I wrote, is on how to switch careers into tech and how to do that successfully. These are an exclusive gift for you. It comes at a very, very discounted price, but the link will be put in the chat if you feel like you want to go through it. It has a lot of insights, some in-depth explanation of some of these roles. It has templates, guides on how to basically kickstart your career, how to talk to recruiters, how to work on your CV templates, and the rest. It's more like all in one. So the link will be shared in the chat. Feel free to grab that, and then we can carry on. So Dorinda also gave us a salary expectation. Dorinda said between 45 to 65K. And yes, Damia has just pasted the link to the ebook in the chat. So feel free to grab that if you're interested. But now let's go into some of these roles. So you might have heard me talk about Scrum Master role, heard me talk about Project Manager role. I'm just going to take some time to quickly explain what these roles are about. And then please feel free to ask me questions. And then in the next coming minutes, we should be rounding up soon. So let's talk about Scrum. Has anybody heard of the word Scrum before? If you have, what do you think it was? I think the first time I heard of the word Scrum was on a call, and then I was like, Scrum, what's that? So I went on my book, and I started reading. I was like, what? This sounds like something I could do. And that was how I got stuck with the role of a Scrum Master. But if we now bring it down to what we talk about on a day-to-day basis, when you hear the word Scrum was actually coined from the game of rugby. So if there's anybody that loves to play rugby, then you will know what Scrum is. But now we've adopted that into Agile, or into real life, or into project management. And Scrum is a framework that we use, or more like a method or a technique that we use to deliver projects in tech. In the game of rugby, you see the players coming together. They'll kind of like have a halftime. They would come together, put their hands around one another, discuss, talk about their strategy, and then they'll go on and they'll play. Almost the same thing happens where we work in tech. It's a framework that teams use to deliver value, or to successfully deliver value, product, projects in tech. It is commonly used when we build software. So Scrum is usually used in software development, and it helps us to deliver our work. So instead of delivering a software, if you're building a software, for example, it could take us maybe 2 years, it could take us 1 year, it could take a lot of money, a lot of time to build. But instead of building in one huge lump, we usually break down that software building into smaller parts, into smaller manageable tasks, into smaller deliverables, and then we deliver it over a short period of time. That short period of time is called sprints. And our sprints could either be 4 weeks long or 1 week long. So we don't want a sprint that is longer than 1 month, and we don't want a sprint that is less than 1 week. So that means the teams come together, plan their work, break it down, and then deliver it over a short period of time. They will learn from what they've done, and they will start all over again. So Scrum is more of like an iterative approach to project management, or to project delivery, and especially software development. So this allowed the team members to deliver progress regularly by reviewing their work. And if they need to change anything on what they're building, they're able to change quickly without stopping what they're doing. And most importantly, they're able to improve through feedback. So let's say, for example, we are building a bank app for Barclays. That means we're going to be working in short time frames. We're going to be showing what we've built to Barclays. Barclays is going to give us feedback, and we're going to use that feedback to improve. And we do that consistently. So if we say we're going to work over 2 weeks together, that means every 2 weeks we come together, we work, we show Barclays, Barclays gives us feedback, we go back again, 2 weeks we work, we show Barclays, Barclays gives us feedback, we come back again until we complete the project. So that is what Scrum is mainly all about. However, we have some key concepts in Scrum. The first one is sprints, which is what I just explained now. It is that short period of time that teams come together, work together, and deliver tasks successfully. Then we have our very popular theme or concept that we call daily stand-up. So in as much as the team is working together to deliver value over a short period of time, we will always meet every day for 15 minutes. And every day for 15 minutes, as Scrum Masters, or as Agile Delivery Managers, you will be the one facilitating this meeting or running these meetings. When we meet together for 15 minutes, we just talk about our progress. How have we progressed towards our goal? Do we have any problems, challenges? Where do we need help? So that way we make sure that the team doing the work are in sync. Then if they need any help, they raise it to the right people in the team to get the support. And then we also have a backlog. A backlog is a list of everything that the team members need to build on a product or for a project, or a list of features or functionalities that we need to deliver as well. So let's say, for example, we want to make jollof rice. You're going to the shop to buy groceries or to buy what you need for your jollof rice. If you have a list and you write rice, pepper, salt, Maggi, that list is your backlog. So just the same thing happens in software development. If you are building a functionality or software, we'd always have a list of requirements that we write in, and this is what we use to gather our requirements, to make sure that we are building what is right. And then I'm sure you're thinking, so who is the Scrum Master, or what does the Scrum Master do in all this? The Scrum Master is the person that then helps the team to use this Scrum framework to deliver value or to work together effectively. We call Scrum Masters, and now that they are being moved to Agile Delivery Managers, we call them servant leaders. We call them coaches. We call them mentors. So a Scrum Master is a coach, is a mentor. We don't call them the boss because they don't tell the team what to do. They are more of a guide, a coach to help the team make sure that they deliver value. They are a leader and they lead by influencing. So the role of a Scrum Master and Agile Delivery Manager is very, very critical to the success of your team and to successfully delivering whatever your team members are working on. So what does a Scrum Master do? What are you responsible for? Any meetings that is under the Scrum remit is facilitated by you. Your planning meeting, your daily 15 minutes check-ins, like we call them. I'm trying to make everything super simplified so you can understand. When you join the bootcamp, we go all technical. Okay, so the team meetings, your planning meetings, your review meetings, all those meetings, you will be the one running and facilitating it, just to make sure that the people are getting value from it, people are engaging and participating in it. So you are more of making sure that everybody is on the same page in meetings. Then you remove obstacles. Obstacle could be anything. It could be the team members needing access to tools. It could be some team members going off on holiday. It could be some people going off sick. It could be that you need the right support from a particular stakeholder. You're there to remove any obstacle that may be stopping your team or that may be slowing them down from achieving what they want to achieve. It could be as a result of lack of resources, lack of communication, or not getting the right support from the right people. So when your team members have problems or when they face challenges, who do you think they go to? Scrum Masters, Agile Delivery Managers. So you're there to help them remove those blockers or obstacles. Then you're also there to encourage them to participate, to work together collaboratively. Because trust me, when you work with developers, they're a very interesting bunch of people. Sometimes they just want to do their thing and just get it done. But you need to also help them, motivate them, let them buy into the vision of the project so everybody can work together collaboratively. So you promote them, you promote self-organization, you promote support, collaboration, and then you also support them to always look for how to get better as a team. None of this role involves you writing code. It's more of you organizing, facilitating, making sure that things go on successfully. So making sure that the team members look at how to improve their processes, their ways of working after every sprint. A lot of beginners would always start with the Scrum Master role. That is what I started with. And that's because it's a very good career intake for you to start. It doesn't require coding. As long as you have the right communication skills, organization skills, you can problem solve, you can motivate people. That is what the Scrum Master role is mainly about. And there are a couple of certifications you can take, like the CSM, PSM. We're going to talk about all the certifications once you kick off your program. And all this will lead to a high demand path in tech. And most Scrum Master roles really, really pay well. And I'm going to stop there to take questions before I go to the role of a project manager. Is there any question on the role of a Scrum Master? Or have I explained anything that is not clear, or should I carry on? Please, if you want me to carry on, there's a react button at the top of your screen. So you can do thumbs up, you can do love emoji. Let me know if you understand, and then we can crack on. Okie dokie. All right, thank you. So let's look at the project manager now. Who is the project manager? But before we even start talking about who a project manager is, what is a project? And the good thing is, a lot of us, one way or the other, have been involved in a project and you don't even know. But let's try and break it down now. So when we talk about a project, I usually refer to it as a temporary endeavor or temporary effort to create something unique. My favorite part is something unique. That means at the end of the project, you have something of value to show for it. It could be anything, as long as you have an outcome. The project is then the effort that you take, the skill set, everything you put in place to achieve that. However, one thing you need to bear in mind is, for us to say we have a project, we need to have a clear start and end date. You can't say there's a project and then you're just doing it. We need to know what we're starting and when we're ending. A project could be anything. It could be, say, you're building a website, or you're even planning a party, or you're creating a product. You want to start a skincare line. That could be a project for you. Okay? But the key thing when you're working on a project is, one, you're always getting a specific outcome at the end of it. And the good thing is there would always be time attached to it. Okay? So for example, if you're building a app to help people manage their money well, that's a project. Okay? Or you're organizing a party or a community event or a charity event or a workshop. That is also a project. So let's think now. I want someone to think and give us an example of a time that you've been involved in something that ended up being a project. But right now, you now know it is a project. So whilst we are thinking, let me answer Ade's question in the chat. Ade said, can I be a Scrum Master without a certification? Yes, you can be, but it is advisable for you to have a certification. And Scrum Master certifications are super affordable. The one I did to get my first role in tech, I think it was, £55 or £60. And that was the one I used to earn my 65K pay. So I would always tell people that I made the highest return of investment from £65, I made 65K. So yes, there are super cheap certifications that you can take as a Scrum Master. You don't need to break the bank to take the right certification, but ideally it is advisable, because anybody can wake up one morning and say, I'm a Scrum Master. So what differentiates you from every other Tom, Dick, and Harry that say they are Scrum Masters? So my advice would be, yes, please take certification. All right, so let's carry on. Anybody wants to share their project management experience with us or their project experience with us? Has anybody planned a birthday before? Or a wedding? Or a charity event? Or none of us on this course like Owambe? Hey. Nobody likes Owambe. I guess I'm in my own lane then. Felicia and Chichi. So it's only me. Okay. So let's give an example. Let's look at, say, for example, you're planning a party. A party can be a project, right? Once you have a start date, you know the day you want to start the party, you know the date the party is scheduled for. And the outcome will be for you to have an amazing event, that your guests are happy, your celebrant is happy. That's a project. Omolara said in the chat, I and my husband successfully established a pharmacy and supermarket store which operated for more than 4 years before we relocated. Yes, even establishing your pharmacy is a project. So I hope everybody is understanding now. So a project is a temporary effort to create something of value, something unique. And one of the key things I need you to bear in mind when we're talking about project is, one, 3 key things. The project will always have scope. What are you trying to achieve? What is the goal? Okay. The project will always have a time element to it. Say maybe the duration of your event. You have a start date, you have an end date, and you have a timeline for completing the project. Also, you would have resources. And those resources will be people, material, budget, tools, and all those things. All those things will be factored in order for you to deliver your project successfully. However, a project management now is when you bring your knowledge, your expertise, your skill sets, your tools, your techniques, your methodology. We bring all that together to successfully deliver a project. Okay? So project managers then need to basically facilitate making sure that we then use the right tools, the right techniques, the right people, the right resources to successfully deliver this project on time, on budget, and making sure that it is to the right quality. So what does project managers do now? They do what they call POMD. They plan, they organize, they monitor, and they deliver. So let's start with planning. Before we say we are kicking off a project managers will work with the project team, with the stakeholders to understand what needs to be done. What problem are we trying to solve? What need are we finding a solution to? And then who do we even need on this anyway? Okay, so if it's a party, for example, who do we need for the party? Do we need cake? Do we need decorator? Do we need event planner? Do we need music? They need to figure all that out. Then organizing. So we are strategically now assigning the right resource to the right people, to the right team, making sure that we are sticking to deadlines and we are supporting them as well. And then we monitor progress. We keep track of progress. Project managers need to make sure that everybody on the team is pulling their weight. We are working according to the set time and the schedule. And if they need to make adjustments, they then make all these adjustments. And if any challenges arise along the way, they resolve the issues. And then lastly, project managers support the project team and work with the team to deliver, making sure that the final product meets the needs, the standard, and the goals that has been set at the beginning of the project. Okay, so for beginners, project management in tech can mean overseeing tasks like, could be as simple as launching a new software. Say maybe Home Office is telling us to come and launch a new software for them. That could be our project, right? It could mean that you're coordinating the team to build a new website or platform, or even leading a project to improve a company's online security. The projects could take different shapes, forms, scope, and complexity. But why is project management important in tech? And some people be like, oh, I think the project management role is saturated or is not going to be in demand anymore. And I say that is a lie. And this is because organizations would always start projects, maintain projects, upgrade projects, and many organizations need project managers to ensure that their team members remain focused, resources are used properly, timeline is adhered to, and then we are able to deliver this project on time. So project managers would also often coordinate the team, monitor people, manage expectations, and making sure that everybody pulls their weight to be successful. And starting a career in project management is also a great way to kick off your career in tech. And with the right expertise, knowledge, support, I can see people going places as a project manager. The next one we'll talk about is a product manager. And I intentionally added those emojis because I feel that they wear multiple hats, but they are really great at their work. So product manager is responsible for defining the product and strategy, the product vision, the strategy, and also the roadmap of how we want to deliver our product. So let's say, for example, if you're in Manchester and you're going to London, and you want to go, you're not just going to wake up and start going on the motorway. You need to map yourself. You need to look at the map, look at the road, or map your route. I'm going to take this way. Say you're driving an electric car. I'm going to go this way. I'm going to charge my car for 1 hour. I'm going to go this way. That is what a product manager does. For us to successfully build a product, they need to understand what we need to build, identify how we are going to build it, and what timeline we're working with, and who are the people that we need to successfully build product. We call them the CEO of the product. And then what they do is, one, they define the product vision and strategy. So let's say, for example, I want to start a skincare line. A product manager will help us understand, oh, we want to build a skincare line that is what do we call this now? Organic. That's a keyword. That is organic, that supports people with black skin, white skin, yellow skin, and all those amazing things as well. What strategy are we going to use to launch it in the market? Oh, we want to use influencers. Oh, we want to launch to people from 30 and above, and all those things. They define the product strategy. They define the customer needs. They also study the trends in the market. So they know that whatever we are building is fit for purpose and our customers will actually use it, okay? They also work very closely with developers, with testers, with the right people that will build the product that we're working on, okay? And they ensure that we are successful in everything we need to do. And now when it comes to a list of our requirements or our features, they let us know what we need to do that is most important. So they help us prioritize our work to make sure that what we are doing is bringing the highest returns of investment for or to the business. And the commons industry, you're going to find product managers will be tech, e-commerce, healthcare, fintech, SaaS. And if you're someone that loves to problem solve, if you're someone that loves to lead people, if you're someone that loves strategy, setting goals, and making sure that you push your team to achieving it, then product manager will be a field for you to explore. And the last role that we're going to look at is the role of a business analyst or BA. A lot of people are going into the BA field because I feel it's a field that I don't see it going out of market anytime soon as well. So a BA is basically what we call our bridge between the business and the team members or the development team members. So the BA focus on understanding the business needs, analyzing data, and improving the processes of an organization. So they basically help an organization get better or improve what they're doing, basically. They help organizations make better decisions, and they make sure that whatever requirement or whatever needs to be done, the team members understand it on their own end. So they interact with customers, with stakeholders, with subject matter experts, and then they translate all that knowledge to what the team members can understand so we can build product, projects of value, and also for what our customers need. And what are the key things that business analysts do anyway? They gather requirements, okay? They understand the business needs. They work with stakeholders to align the solution that they are building to the needs of the business or even to the need of the customers. And they clarify any requirements and they use data to help organizations make informed decisions. So the role of a business analyst is also very, very key. They are in demand in tech, in finance, in retail, and much more. And if you're someone that loves to problem solve, you love looking at data, you love working with teams, with businesses, with stakeholders, this would be a very, very good field for you to go into. And then I'm going to go into the chat because I can see a question. So please, if you have a question, you can put it in the chat if there's any on the topics that I've covered. So Beatrice said, can you please share some light on what an agile delivery manager does? To break it down and to make it simple, the role of an agile delivery manager is the combination of the role of a project manager and the role of a scrum master. So that means what you do is to support your team members to successfully complete whatever they have been assigned to do. However, in as much as your delivery focus, you are making sure that whatever we have in the pipeline is completed successfully, you then bring your knowledge of Scrum into play. So you're using Scrum, and that's why you're Agile. So Agile is more like the mother, and Scrum is a child on the way. So Agile is the methodology, and Scrum is a framework under Agile. So that means you're bringing your knowledge of Agile, you're bringing your knowledge of Scrum, and you're using that to help your team successfully deliver amazing projects, amazing products on time and within budget. So you basically set the roadmap for what your team wants to achieve. You motivate them, you guide them, you support them, you remove any blockers that they may face, and you also feedback on your progress to your stakeholders, which is very, very critical. So you need to have stakeholder management skill, you need to have organization skills, time management skills. You also need to know how to collaborate with your team members. So in as much as the old or the Scrum Master role ideally would not be delivery focused. Your own is just to make sure that the team members work using Scrum and they're supported. However, the Agile Delivery Manager role is doing much more. It's more like a step higher. So that means you're bringing your knowledge of Scrum, you're bringing your knowledge of delivery, you're bringing that together. So in as much as you're teaching them Scrum, you're still pushing them to successfully delivering whatever the organization has basically assigned for you to do. And then I hope I've answered your question, Beatrice. And then Felicia said, what are your thoughts on cybersecurity? Cybersecurity is also a very great field that you can explore. And the good thing also is cybersecurity, I believe, has some aspects of it that is technical and has some aspects of it that is non-technical. The real cybersecurity role, you would require to understand a bit of coding. So you might need to learn Linux or Python, and you will also need to know networking. However, there are some aspects of cybersecurity like GRC, governance, risk and compliance, or that you don't need to code in. So I feel cybersecurity is a great field. It is also very broad. So my advice would be, please do your research on which aspect of cybersecurity you want to explore and then go for it. Okay, any other questions, Tim, before we crack on? Okie dokie. All right, let's talk about some of the tools. So once you join us at NabelTech, we just have a couple of tools that you would use. And these are the tools that we use at work as well. Remember at the beginning, I said, I'm going to bring all my knowledge, all my expertise of what I'm doing at work to basically move you forward. So these are some of the critical tools that you will be using on the bootcamp, and you would use this on a day-to-day basis. The first one is Jira. Jira is our project management tool. It is widely used almost worldwide in 90% of tech companies in the UK and outside of the UK. And this enables team members to work no matter their location. So if you have teams in India, Australia, Germany, all of you would work together on this tool to manage and track your project. And project managers, scrum masters, business analysts, this would be your bread and butter every day. The other tool is called Confluence. We call it our source of truth. So Confluence is a tool that we basically document in. And this is where your knowledge will be, it's going to be like your knowledge sharing space. You can use that to also write reports, share information, document, and basically keep track of decisions as well. So Confluence is another tool that you'll be using on the bootcamp. Another one is called TeleRetro. So this is the tool that we use to conduct what we call agile retrospectives, more of like lessons learned sessions. And this is for teams to be able to reflect on what they've done well, what they've not done so well, and then areas that they can improve on. And then we have our learning management system called LMS. And this is a platform that we basically put all the class recordings, study materials. So you can go there, even if you miss any of our classes, you can go back, watch at your free time, and make sure that you're engaged. And then the last one is Slack. So Slack is our space where we communicate, more like our own office, our online office. So this is a platform that we use to communicate, interact, chat among ourselves in the team. And this is what most tech organizations use as well. So we just feel you need to have the right expertise, the right knowledge, and use the right tools. All that way you'll be successful in your field. And what are the benefits of training with us? For us, we don't do large numbers. We do small class sizes and training cohorts. And that is to ensure that we are able to give you that personalized support and training. So when I did my training, we had like my project management class then when I was switching to tech, I think we had like 80 people on the call. And sometimes people want to ask questions, but because you don't know what other people will say, be like, I'm not asking anyway. But we like people to have that small, intimate session. So you can ask questions, you can also be supported as well. All your training classes will be led by experts in the industry, people that have done it for years and people that are successful in it. Also, our curriculum is industry relevant. It is basically being adjusted almost every cohort. Right now, I'm still working on the cohort. I'm working on ADM training materials. I'm working on PM training materials. I know we're reviewing a couple of other ones as well, just to make sure that we are giving you the right training. And then also you have access to the tools, the templates, and then the amazing part, we are CPD accredited. So come on, it's a win-win. Jira, so it's Jira, Confluence, LMS, Slack, and TeleRetro. So where does some of our students work? Some of our students work at Jaguar Land Rover. And this is just to show you that we've had successful students. Jaguar Land Rover, BT, NHS, MBDA, where they make missiles, Sky UK, London Stock Exchange, University of Sutherland, Morrisons, Lloyd Bank, University of Leeds, and so on and so forth. And the bootcamp structure is very, very straightforward. And I'm just going to quickly highlight what to expect. So once the next bootcamp starts on Saturday, the 22nd of March. And what to expect to be week 1, we're going to start classes. We'll also onboard you. Week 2, should have access to all your workspace, start classes, get access to LMS and all the right tools as well. Training also continues week 3. Week 4, we start telling you about the real life project that you'll be working on. So you'll be given access to the project, and then your project brief will be shared and you'll basically be supported on that. We have one-to-one coaching that will carry on into week 5 where you kick off your project. Week 6, knowledge sharing continues, collaborative work. Week 7, you have your career session, your LinkedIn session, your CV review session, your case study session as well. And week 8, we should start rounding up, making sure that you're okay or job market ready. Also, for all of our students, you get free referencing from us. You're not going to pay extra for reference. And just before we go, I would share some of our success stories. This one should have been updated because this person was one I was talking about now that is now earning £98,000 in tech. So this is a stay-at-home mom. Now she's a mom of 3 with no prior experience in tech, successfully completed our boot camp, doing amazingly well. Also, one of our students got sponsorship, not even one, a couple of them have gotten sponsorship opportunities in project management after completing the boot camp as well. And then the last person was one of our students that got a contract role that was earning £500 per day. And we've had amazing success stories. We have a couple of people that have actually gotten contract roles after the boot camp as well. Like we said, right now we know one of our boot camps is one of the best. I'm very, very confident about that because I know my onions and I know what I'm teaching. And I'm very, very happy to say that we've had good news, success stories. And for us, we are not going to parade our students and say, oh, you must come and tell us what happened. We know what we have and we are very excited to share all this with you. And just before we go, our next program kicks off on Saturday, the 22nd of March. I know a couple of people on this call have signed up already. I'm excited. I can't wait to see you in class. But for those that want to sign up, please feel free to send us a message. We have different tiers to our program, and this is just to make sure that it is affordable for our students. Also, we allow you to pay in installments. So if at any point you want to split your payments, we are able to split your payment for you. We are able to support you to split your payments. So we have the light version that covers the basic package of the bootcamp, your access to tools, your LMS, your project, reference, and all of that. The advanced version, the difference, it has everything in the light. However, you get your CV done by us, and we are also going to create and work on your LinkedIn profile for you. And then the premium, which is what a lot of people go for, has all that. However, it comes with interview preparation, so one-to-one interview prep. It also comes with 6 months post bootcamp support, so you have access to a mentorship class which you will join that would run for 6 months, and you also get on-the-job support. So even if you get a job, you are always going to be supported afterwards. So these are some of our trainings tiers. We are welcome for you to chat with us about it, split your payments, get ready for the class on Saturday, and we can't wait to get you started. And the good part is you can pay through bank payments, PayPal, Stripe, what have you, as long as you're able to make your payments, we are fine. And then the last part will be for us. I would just want to play some feedback from some of our students so you can hear what they have to say. In case you're not hearing it from my end, you can, I believe you should be able to click it or press play on your end. So you should be able to listen to it on your end as well. And this is one of our students that got the £500 per day role. So she got the job and she did not even ask for the salary. It was when she got the job, they told her, oh, the rate is £500. And then she got like, God, £500. And yeah, it's been amazing ever since. I know she's now got another job recently, so she's doing well for herself. And this is just from one of our students that completed the boot camp as well. If you can't hear Omoyani, please just press play on your hand. You should be able to press play on your hand and you should be able to listen to it. So if you can't hear, just click on play. Ibukun, click on play. You should be able to hear it on your hand. All right. In case you're not able to hear it, I'm going to leave this screen open. Just press play on your end. You should be able to listen and watch it from your own end. But yeah, I think officially we are at the end of this call. I'm happy to now take questions. If you have any question about our programs, about the tiers, about tech roles generally, or you want to pick my brain, I'm happy for you to do that. I think I can do that for the next 11 minutes and then we can round up. But if there are no questions, then we can go on and start boogie dancing for our Saturday. So any question at all? By the way, if you've not signed up for our program and you're still thinking of joining, the link is in the chat. You can sign up. If you've signed up already, that's fine. You don't need to sign up again. We're going to meet on the call on Saturday. Any question before we go? Oh, all right then. I'm not going to hold you ransom on the call if there are no questions. It's been an amazing evening. Thank you so much for your time. I think we've been on the call for 1 hour, 20 minutes. And yes, thank you. I hope to see most of you in class, if not all of you in class on Saturday. Well, enjoy the rest of your evening. Take care of yourselves. Have an amazing weekend. And the link to register is in the chat. I think Omolara dropped a question. Do you know if it is possible to switch from healthcare visa to other skilled worker visa? Yes, it is, Omolara. So I've had a couple of people on our bootcamp do that. In fact, one of our students that got a sponsorship as a project manager was on a care visa, and then she switched to tech. So yes, I know for a fact that it is possible. The only thing is you then need to find an employer that offers sponsorship. But yes, you can switch from healthcare visa into tech or a skilled worker visa. So I hope that's answered your question. All right, T. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy your evenings and take care of yourselves. See you on Saturday.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks all. Bye-bye.